Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while since I made a video on this channel. I was a little caught up in my personal life, but now we are here. As you can see from the title of this video, in this video today, we'll be talking about my experience of preparing and passing a PLAB1 exam in just 15 days. But before I get started with this video, I want to remind everyone that this is my personal experience and I do not recommend anyone who has more amount of time to prepare for this exam to just give it 15 days for the preparation. So without any further delay, let's get started with the video. So I still remember that I booked this exam in January of 2021 and I got a date of 12th of August 2021. So I had good 8 months to prepare for this exam. But unfortunately, due to certain circumstances, I could not utilize those 8 months for the preparation of this exam. I still remember around 25th of July 2021, I started preparing for it. I started putting all my time into the preparation of the exam. So I had good 15-17 days to prepare for this exam. So in this video, I'll be explaining how I utilize those 15 days to get the most out, like to prepare for this exam and get the most out of that time. So ideally require about 3 months of the preparation of this exam. And if you have that much time, please utilize the time well and prepare for this exam well. I believe I could get away with 15 days of preparation and still manage to pass this exam was because of my decent amount of medical knowledge. I had recently, about 2 years ago before sitting this exam, given an Indian licensing exam. So I believe that medical knowledge that I gained while sitting for that exam helped me quite a bit during this exam. But when I was preparing for this exam, I also experienced that most questions in this exam are catered towards the management skills, that how would you manage once the patient comes to you. So most questions that you will encounter in the exam will be somewhere along the lines of what would be the next best line of management, what would be the best next investigation that you would prescribe to the patient. I still remember when it was just 15 days left for the preparation of the exam. I was panicking. I was like, I'm not prepared for this exam. I should probably cancel this exam and book this exam for the future date. I'm sure there are a lot of you out there who are also thinking along those lines. But I knew one thing at that time, because of the COVID situation, the exam to find the new exam dates have been so difficult, and people have been waiting for years to sit this exam. So please don't miss an opportunity. If you've got an opportunity to sit this exam in this attempt, use this opportunity to sit the exam. I know 15 days you would think are not enough, but if I've done it, you can do it as well. Just follow the tips I'm going to tell you in the video, and I'm pretty sure you will be able to do it well. So the most important and the only tip that I would like to give you in this video is subscribe to Plab1. Yes, but subscribe to the complete Plab1. Gems are a must. I believe when I sat the exam, there were 34 topics that were covered by gems. So they covered 34 subjects. What I would recommend you is that do 4 subjects each day, 4 topics each day. So there are some topics which are big, some topics are smaller. So mix and match those topics, so you can take 2 small topics, 2 bigger topics, and have those topics, like read those topics in one day. So that would take you about 9 days to get through the whole Plab gems. What I would recommend you to do with it would be set your time according to the exam time. So Plab1 exam generally happens 9 to 9:30 UK time. So as I was giving the exam in India, so India is 5.5 hours ahead of the UK. So my exam time was about 3:30. So what I would recommend you to do is that do MCQs from Plab1 around the time of the exam. So I used to practice my MCQs around about 3:30 Indian time. So that sets my biological clock accordingly. And do your gems in the other half of the day. So I used to do my gems in the morning. So I used to cover 4 topics of the gems in the morning. And then 3:30, I used to start practicing my MCQs from Plab1. So that really sets you according to the exam time. Another high tip I would like to give you in this video is to do your grand test. There are multiple grand tests available in Plab1. What I recommend is to do 1 grand test every 3rd day. So by the end of 15 days, you will be done with 15 grand tests. I still remember when I was giving the exam, exam is 3 hours, right? And most of you would think, oh, 3 hours is just all right. 3 hours, I can sit through 3 hours, and it's not a big deal. I can get through 3 hours. It's not going to be hard. Trust me, you need stamina to get through those questions, because PLAB1 questions are lengthy. A single question would be somewhere around 10 to 12 lines long, and you must have a good practice to be able to find clinches which are required for you to answer the questions. So when I was going through the exam, it became excruciatingly painful for me to get through first 100 questions because of the lack of practice. I still remember I had done like 3 to 4 grand tests before the exam, and I was hoping, I was literally thinking that I should have really gone through more grand tests. I should have had built that stamina to sit through the exam. So if you want to take one recommendation, please definitely at least go through 5 grand tests. And when you go through grand test, record your score. I would recommend through the initial first 2 to 3 grand tests, try to get at least 60% of the score, and then in the subsequent grand test, fourth or fifth grand test, try and get 70 to 80%. Even if you don't get that percentage, it's fine. I never got that high of a percentage. I was literally scoring about 65-70% at the max. So but do your grand test, try and sit for those 3 hours and at one go, and try to do all those 180 questions. So the next thing that I would like to tell you is just keep it simple. Do not complicate it. You just have 15 days. And with my experience, if you cover all the things that I've discussed in this video previously, you will be just fine. A lot of people will tell you, go ahead, have the Oxford handbook, read all of them. You really need them for the exam. Trust me, Oxford handbooks, the guidelines given in the handbook are outdated. The NICE guidelines are updated every 6 months, every year they update the guidelines, and Plab1 updates all those guidelines with all the fresh guidelines. They update with every subsequent edition of the new guidelines. So somebody would tell you, okay, go ahead, read 1700s. I don't think so, they're required. Somebody would tell you, read last papers. Last papers are good, but GEMS and Plab1 MCQs have covered all of them. If you don't find GEMS to be like informational enough, you could go for Plab keys as well. They're equally good. But don't complicate anything. Just keep it simple. Get your head straight. This is all you require for the exam. You do not require anything else. This is it. And that's all for this video. I hope this video will be helpful to some of you out there who have very little time left to prepare for this exam and who want to crack this exam in the first go. Before I go, I want to tell you that this is my personal experience that I've shared in this video, and by no means I recommend anybody who has more time to prepare for this exam to waste all their time and just to give 15 days for the preparation of this exam. I strongly believe that if I can pass this exam in the first go, so can you. Just have faith in yourself and you will be golden.